Rolex's entire multi-billion-dollar empire isn't fundamentally about selling watches. It's about engineering artificial scarcity through a tax-advantaged nonprofit structure that lets it dictate market prices far above its own retail, turning every lucky customer into an unwitting participant in a wealth transfer mechanism. This isn't merely about luxury products. It's a masterclass in financial engineering, a precise blueprint for building and sustaining immense capital power. We're not talking about simple brand prestige here. We're talking about a meticulously constructed system designed to perpetually amplify value. By the end of this revelation, you will uncover the precise mechanisms behind Rolex's immense pricing power, from its deeply strategic foundation ownership to the calculated dealer allocation tactics that fuel an inflated secondary market, ultimately revealing how a seemingly simple luxury brand masters wealth creation on a global scale. This isn't just a story about watches, it's a detailed exploration of how the powerful leverage hidden structures to shape markets. When most people think of Rolex, they envision the pinnacle of luxury, an icon of success, a symbol of timeless quality. You probably imagine walking into a gleaming boutique, picking out your preferred model, and making a purchase. That's the dream, isn't it? But here's the quiet reality. That dream, for many of their most popular models, is a complete fantasy. You simply cannot walk into an authorized dealer today and buy a new stainless steel Daytona, a Submariner, or a GMT Master 2 at retail price. You will be told there's a waiting list, sometimes extending for years, for a watch that may or may not ever materialize for you. Have you ever tried to walk into a boutique and simply buy a popular model? The experience itself is part of the engineering. This isn't a problem of insufficient manufacturing capacity in the traditional sense, at least not entirely. Rolex produces roughly 1 million watches every year. That's a staggering number for a luxury brand, far more than many of its high-end competitors combined. Yet, the perception of extreme scarcity persists, and for certain models, it is absolutely real. The demand for these specific hot references massively outstrips the supply available at official retail channels. We're not talking about a slight imbalance. We're talking about market dynamics so skewed that a brand new, unworn Rolex Daytona, with its sticker still on, can command 200%, even 300% of its retail price on the secondary market. A watch you buy for $13,000 at a boutique might immediately be worth $35,000 the moment you step outside, if you could even get one. That delta, that immediate profit, isn't accidental. It's the result of a deliberate, sophisticated strategy. It's a stark reminder that what seems like simple demand can often be a carefully orchestrated market. If you are finding this deep dive into market engineering illuminating and believe more people need to understand how these hidden systems truly operate, take a quick moment to like this video and subscribe. Your support helps this channel keep uncovering these precise wealth mechanisms, signaling to the algorithm that this kind of financial literacy matters. This strategy begins with Rolex's ownership structure. It's not a publicly traded company with shareholders demanding quarterly returns. It's not even a typical private family business that maximizes profit for its owners. Rolex is owned entirely by a private charitable organization called the Hans Wilsdorf Foundation. Think about that for a moment. This foundation, established by the founder himself, Hans Wilsdorf, upon his death, dictates that a significant portion of Rolex's profits must be funneled into philanthropic endeavors. This structure provides extraordinary freedom from the pressures that plague every other major corporation. There are no activist investors, no earnings calls, no need to explain why prices aren't constantly being raised to meet market demand. This singular focus on brand stewardship, rather than shareholder enrichment, allows Rolex to execute a long-term strategy of controlled scarcity without compromise. This unique ownership model has profound implications for how capital is managed and accumulated. Because the foundation owns the company, a significant portion of what would typically be taxable profit in a traditional corporate structure is instead channeled into the foundation's charitable work or reinvested directly back into the company's operations, research, and infrastructure. This isn't about avoiding taxes entirely, but about optimizing the flow of capital in a way that minimizes external leakage and maximizes internal compounding. The wealth created within the Rolex ecosystem can largely remain within it, strengthening the brand and its control over its destiny, rather than being extracted by shareholders or significantly reduced by corporate income taxes in the same way a public company's profit would be. This isn't just shrewd business, this is a masterclass in capital preservation and strategic market positioning, enabled by a structural advantage few other multi-billion-dollar entities possess. Beyond this foundational structure, the real magic happens at the distribution level. Rolex employs an incredibly tight allocation system for its authorized dealers. Dealers aren't simply handed all the most popular models they request. Instead, they receive a carefully curated, often unpredictable mix of watches. This mix almost always includes less desirable pieces alongside a small number of hot references. To get the sought-after Daytonas or Pepsi GMTs, dealers must also take batches of slower-moving or less popular models, say certain gold or two-tone configurations that might otherwise sit in display cases. This creates an internal bundling mechanism for dealers, ensuring that the entire product line moves, not just the superstars. This controlled allocation fuels the secondary market frenzy. Since authorized dealers receive such limited quantities of popular models, they develop long waitlists, often prioritizing established customers who have a history of buying multiple watches, including those less popular references. This in turn pushes the desperate and impatient buyers to the secondary market, where prices surge. Gray market dealers, who often source watches from individuals or even directly from authorized dealers willing to bend the rules for a premium, can then sell these watches for 200% or even 300% above retail. Is that fair to the genuine enthusiast? Perhaps not, but it undeniably solidifies Rolex's status as an aspirational, almost unobtainable commodity. Rolex doesn't capture this secondary market premium directly, but it benefits immensely from the reinforced perception of exclusivity and the undeniable financial value their watches retain, often appreciating instantly upon purchase. This fuels future demand and maintains the brand's unique allure, all without Rolex itself ever having to publicly raise its prices to meet the true market clearing value, thereby avoiding any consumer backlash for exorbitant increases. It's an elegant, almost invisible way to extract massive value. This understanding of Rolex's strategy yields three critical implications for anyone navigating the modern economy. First, for consumers and investors, this is a stark lesson in distinguishing genuine intrinsic value from engineered scarcity and speculative demand. When a market is so tightly controlled, you're not just buying a product, you're buying into a system. For some, a Rolex offers instant financial appreciation, making it an illiquid but often highly profitable asset. For others, it's a trap, drawing them into a never-ending cycle of chasing the next hot model, often paying a significant premium on the gray market. Understanding that this scarcity is a feature, not a bug, allows you to approach such markets with open eyes, assessing whether you're participating in a genuine investment opportunity or simply fueling someone else's profit margin. Are you paying for the watch or for the privilege of owning the watch? Second, for competitors in the luxury goods sector, Rolex's model sets an impossibly high bar, demonstrating that brand building extends far beyond quality craftsmanship. Many luxury brands produce watches of comparable or even superior technical quality, yet few command the instant market premiums of a Rolex. This forces competitors to innovate entirely different scarcity tactics, focus on bespoke offerings, or carve out alternative niches that don't directly challenge Rolex's unparalleled control over the supply-demand equation. It's a masterclass in leveraging structural advantages to create an unassailable competitive moat, redefining what luxury truly means in a market where access, not just price, defines exclusivity. And third, for capital allocation strategists, the Hans Wilsdorf Foundation offers a compelling, albeit unique, blueprint for long-term wealth retention and growth outside traditional corporate structures. This nonprofit operating model, while not universally applicable, highlights how strategic legal and financial architectures can shield capital from short-term market pressures and optimize its reinvestment and compounding over decades. It's a powerful demonstration of how certain entities can transcend the conventional profit motive to achieve enduring market dominance and impact, not through aggressive M&A or public stock performance, but through an unwavering, self-funded, long-term vision. It makes you reconsider the very definition of a successful business. You now see Rolex not as a simple luxury brand, but as a masterclass in market engineering, a sophisticated financial entity leveraging a unique structural advantage to create and perpetuate immense brand value and artificial market demand. You understand the hidden machinery. What other brands do you suspect operate with similar scarcity engineering? If this explanation helped to connect the dots on how powerful artificial scarcity truly is, like this video now. It's your personal bookmark, a way to easily find this exact breakdown again the next time Rolex or similar market manipulation comes up in conversation. The systems shaping our world, the true mechanics of wealth and power, are rarely what they seem on the surface. We've just scratched one surface. Countless others remain hidden, meticulously constructed, operating just beneath our collective awareness. Subscribe now to ensure you don't miss the next critical revelation we're already unearthing, a discovery that will fundamentally reshape how you understand another pillar of modern capital and the forces that truly move markets.